have an update from Ascend Wellness Holdings, Inc., which trades on the OTCQX under the symbol AAWH and owns and operates state-of-the-art cultivation facilities, growing award-winning strains and producing a curated selection of products for retail and wholesale customers. Joining us today is its CEO, John Hartman. Welcome back, John.
Excellent to see you. Thanks for having us today.
All right, so share an overview of what Ascend Wellness does and a few key highlights of its investment thesis.
Sure. So we are a seven-state, multi-state operator. We operate in 7 states currently, mostly in the Midwest, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic. Our most recent addition to our states was the state of Maryland, which we entered just about a year ago. In 6 of our 7 states, we are vertically integrated, meaning we cultivate and produce our own products. I'll mention a little bit more about the expansion of that in a moment. And also 6 of our 7 states are both medical and adult use, with Ohio being the most recent state to add non-medical sales to the medical sales that we were previously doing in the state. So we currently operate 38 stores across those 7 markets. We have our 39th store, which is undergoing a renovation and preparing to reopen for adult use in Detroit, Michigan. So by the end of probably next month or so, we'll be at 39 dispensaries across our 7 markets.
Fantastic. And Ascend Wellness recently announced a
And I'm sorry, I lost you for a moment.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can. I apologize.
Okay, great. No problem. I asked you about your recent announcement with your partnership with Curio. So explain some of those details and the significance for your company.
Yeah, we're very excited about this partnership. Curio Wellness is a very well-respected cultivation and production and retailer in the state of Maryland, and has recently expanded their operations to the state of Missouri. For us, for Ascend Wellness, the benefit of this partnership is the ability to, through Curio Wellness, present our own products, our own branded products, primarily starting with our Ozone brand in the state of Maryland. So this is an asset light. This is a partnership that doesn't require a substantial capital investment on the part of Ascend Wellness. We're leveraging the expertise and the infrastructure of our partner Curio Wellness, and we've already introduced about 20 SKUs under our own brand to both our 4 dispensaries in the state of Maryland, as well as 2 dispensaries that Curio operates in the state. So that's one great aspect of the relationship. Secondarily, Curio is operating in the state of Missouri, which is a state that we don't currently have a presence. Many of the Eastern Missouri customers are familiar with our brands because prior to adult use in the state of Missouri, many customers came across the border to Southern Illinois and purchased our products in our stores. So this is an opportunity for us to expand into a market through our partner Curio, into a market where we don't have our own cultivation and production facilities or our retail presence, but we'll be leveraging Curio's wholesale distribution in the state. And then on the flip side, it is a partnership. So there's we believe an equal amount of benefit for our partner Curio. We will be manufacturing and producing and distributing the Curio products to our stores in several states, starting with Illinois and New Jersey, later on Massachusetts, and in our stores in those markets, as well as to our wholesale customers.
And with 5 dispensaries in Ohio now serving recreational customers as recent as this month, tell us about the transition and its impact on your operations.
First, just an incredible amount of recognition to our team that prepared for this long coming transition from medical to non-medical, as the state of Ohio calls it, recreational use. We're very pleased with the early signs in our 5 stores, the increase in transactions, the increase in revenue at a minimum has been 3 times what it was under medical. And typically our experience is somewhere between 2 to 2.5 times. So Ohio is off to a very strong start, with our stores being at a minimum of 3 times their previous sales, with some greatly exceeding that. What's really exciting for us about Ohio is our stores are relatively dispersed across the state. We have a phenomenal store in downtown Cincinnati. We have a store in the northern part of the state in the kind of the recreational in a great part of the west of the Cleveland area, and then 3 other stores across the state, kind of east, southwest, and west of Columbus, Ohio.
And can you provide an update on the federal legislation and descheduling process, and what does it mean for Ascend Wellness and the industry in general?
We're very pleased by, I would say, the bipartisan comments that have been coming, not unexpectedly, during the course of the campaigns that are underway right now. There is clearly very strong support for a reclassification of cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 by the current administration. That has very significant. That will have a very significant impact on the legal cannabis business in the U.S. by effectively eliminating the 280E taxes on plant-touching businesses in the country. 280E refers to an IRS statute, which is a burdensome tax borne only by cannabis companies in the U.S. But more broadly, we see that as probably the tipping point for broader acceptance and further regulatory reform that would positively benefit the cannabis industry by way of banking, by way of investment, by way of just additional benefits from a regulatory perspective.
Well, wonderful. John, thank you so much. What closing remarks do you have for our viewers today?
We're very excited about the future of Ascend. We have a great investment thesis, a very strong balance sheet, and getting stronger with cash generation. We have a very disciplined approach to capital allocation, and I think the partnership with Curio is an excellent example of that. And by way of an asset-light, low capital investment, but great potential returns for us. So I think that on par with our peers in the equities market, we're undervalued. We believe that we trade at a lower multiple. We have a great deal of upside, and we look forward to delivering great returns for our equity and our debt investors in the future.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for this update. We'll see you again in the future.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
All right, everyone. We'll be right back.